Hi, everybody. Whoa.
My God.
Okay. Welcome to For the Greater Good podcast. I am your co-host, Uzumaka Ashira.
Hello, good day, everyone. Welcome to For the Great and Good podcast. I'm your co-host with Uzumaka, Chanel Duby.
Yeah, so you all are probably wondering, where have we been? We're rebranding, the name change.
So much has been happening. I'm excited to share it. It has been coming up on 9 months since we exited social media, since we have not really posted, since there has been pretty much zero content or information on what's happening or if the podcast will continue. But we promised, we have endeavored to keep it alive, and we've been working on this behind the scenes to kind of revamp and bring it back to you guys.
Yeah, so you're probably wondering why the rebrand. We loved the SoothingH.E.R podcast name, and we appreciate every one of you that has contributed to our as part of our listeners and also just supporting us along the way. But we just really wanted to take it into a different direction now. I think we both have grown a lot since we started that podcast. And with all the topics that we've talked about, we just believe that now we want to take it to the next step when it comes to our conversation about healing and how that impacts others.
Yeah, absolutely, with what Zamaka shared, because we started our journey even before we met what had challenged us before and what we suffered through, survived, and worked out of. That was one phase. We met at a different phase, and we said, let's do a podcast so we can bring voice to what we have gone through and provide support for others who are also going through the same. The rebrand is the shifting focus, the shifting content, but our original message, which is healing, and the foundations of that remains near and dear to us. So that will definitely continue. But it's personal growth.
Yeah.
For both of us, we're just at different stages. And it's not too far from where we were, but we also saw that in the conversation we were having and from feedback from our friends and supporters, it feels more like a female voice. And we did not want that to feel like we were only catering to one audience. We wanted to be very much more expansive and inclusive. Hence the rebrand. So welcome to For the Greater Good.
Yeah, and along those lines too, we just want to take the healing conversation to the next level, not only catering to a bigger audience, but also from a different perspective as well. When we were talking on the SoothingH.E.R podcast, it was more about our own personal healing journeys and how we have grown, the lessons that we've learned from experiences we've had. But now we want to take the conversation and make it bigger. How does healing within ourselves impact others? How does that influence others to also heal? How does that allow us all to align more with the life that we want to live, the experiences that we want to have, the people that we're meant to meet, everything? Not only does healing and working on yourself have great benefits for yourself, but it also has greater benefits for everyone around you.
It's community efforts, and hence the reason for the expansive vision by changing from SoothingH.E.R to For the Greater Good. Everything that we do in ourselves will flow out into the community that we represent, that we are part of, whether it is in direct relationship with our families, friends, professional space, or our creative space, whatever that might be. We are also impacting this area based on how we feel inside. And with that being said, there's truly a message of how can we be better for the community and the lives that we are touching along the way. So then it was an amazing journey. I mean, we kind of run through for a whole year. We left your screens and audio listening platforms, and we needed to internalize the journey and how we want to strengthen our relationship and strengthen, of course, the people that we want to make, be better prepared for them with what we are doing here on the For the Greater Good podcast.
Yeah, and we wanted to invite a whole addition of other topics that we couldn't cover on the SoothingH.E.R podcast because of the angle we were taking the healing conversation and our personal journeys. But now on the For the Greater Good podcast, our conversations are going to be more community-based. We are looking forward to bringing on more guests as we did, but not only our friends and supporters, but also more professionals on the podcast that can also give their perspective on different aspects of healing and how that has impacted their business, how that has impacted their own personal journeys as well. So we're really excited for this rebrand and what's to come.
Yes. And we are also looking for your contribution. What do you want to hear from us?
Yeah.
What do you want to see from us? How can we be better representations for the story that we are choosing to represent Jesus? How can we really bring that forward to ensure that we are promoting it, we are giving it voice in a way that gives it due reason and respect it, of course. We don't want it to just be one of whoa, this is me or whoa, this is them. It is more of how can this be an uplifting story despite what is attached to it.
Yeah.
And with that, it is just a whole new exciting journey. I mean, when we first started, we said this was exciting, and it was truly exciting in the ways that we were growing and learning. I feel a lot of my personal growth happened in our two lady conversation. I was learning as well. And I was just in admiration of, oh my God, this is the perspective that I should welcome into my space of thinking. For us to be asking questions to our guests who came on, it was very eye-opening to see their perspective, because the way that I saw things, the way that Umaka saw things, the way that our guests saw, entirely different. But some of the situations had similarities and commonalities in how they happened in our lives. But again, it's the touch of the perspective that made a difference. And I
Yeah.
want to see more of that.
I do. I'm looking forward to that as well. And I think on this podcast, I was taking you all on a journey of everything that I had experienced and trying to open up the space for others to learn as well and others to feel safe to have these conversations, because a lot of the topics that we discussed were pretty heavy. And of course, they hit home to us because we have gone through it, we've experienced it. But now with the guest and now on this next journey on For the Greater Good podcast, we are looking forward to just taking it to the next level and growing on a whole other platform. Yeah.
Other than that, what would you say you are also looking forward to with the rebrand, scaling of the podcast? What else would you be looking forward to?
I think I'm looking forward to how much more we're also going to grow, how our voices are going to become stronger. And I'm also looking forward to the response that we get from people listening. You know, we want to encourage others to heal. We want to encourage others to have these types of conversations because to us, it's so important. So I'm really looking forward to the response that we're going to get and the feedback, and hope that this continues to foster more communications and space for people to start having these conversations not only amongst themselves but in their families, with their friends, spouses, coworkers, all types of stuff.
I would say I am looking to keep Soothing.
Yeah, we can't forget her.
No, absolutely. But it will always mean something, the healing, enduring, the restoring. It will always be a journey no matter what phase. Like this phase of the rebrand and the new name for the greater good welcome. There will always be a healing, enduring, restoring to every single new phase that you take in life. I will look to that name and I will look to our creation of that vision and bring it forward as a constant reminder of every single journey. How do you embrace it and allow it to let you grow for the greater good of whatever is to come out of your life and the process itself? So it's new, and of course the guest.
Yeah, the guests.
I'm so excited about the people that we will meet. I mean, the conversations that we just happened to have last year, and when we mentioned the fact that we had a podcast and the work that we're doing, and it's not for the purpose of what somebody might think. It is really being able to say what we're doing and to be able to get the support of the community that we want to do it for, and to know that there are people who are willing to step in and provide the expertise, provide the time, provide the guidance, and say, I am open to speaking with your listening audience, and let them know of my story, and let them know of my challenges and the triumphs. Because that, of course, is what we truly want to celebrate, to know that every season has a past. And what does that past through look like when it's done? And you prepare for the next one.
Yeah.
It's always a preparation for the next one. So
And how you've grown and what that transformation process looks like.
it's a beautiful one.
We're really excited. We hope that you are too. And welcome for the greater good.
Welcome to For the Greater Good podcast.
We look forward to seeing you.